Hi, I'm Mark. This is my July review for Capricorn Sun sign and Capricorn rising. We start the month with Mars being active and making a positive aspect to Chiron in your fourth house of the home. So it's a good time to put energy into the home area. And it's also good to sort out joint finances, especially those finances connecting to the home. So this would be a good time to look at debts or look at mortgaging and getting those things all sorted out. Then on the 4th there's a more difficult aspect because the Sun makes a square to Chiron. Sun in your 7th house, Chiron in the 4th means there may be issues come up or flare-ups surrounding the home or relationships that you need to sort out. Something that's been left in the past and has come back up again, so needs sorting this time. On the 5th, the Sun makes an aspect to Uranus, so you may want to try something a bit different, be a bit creative and a bit exciting. Uranus in that 5th house. It's a good time to socialise as well with people and have a bit of fun. Also on that day, Venus makes an aspect to the North Node, so there could be a sign, there could be a message for someone who will help to point you in the right direction. North Node in your 6th house is to do with your daily routine, so this is the way forward to get your routine sorted in such a way that it makes your life a lot easier and a lot more pleasurable and healthier. Between the 6th and the 7th, Venus makes 3 aspects. The first is a difficult one. It's an opposition to Saturn. This is probably one of the most difficult aspects Venus can have. It puts restrictions and limitations on her. And this one happens to be across your money houses, so money will be talked about on this day, and there could be limitations put on your spending, or some discussions with your partner may limit things. Then the 7th is a much better day because Venus makes a nice trine aspect to Chiron in the 4th house. So this is a good time for Venus to enhance herself with this free-flowing energy. This is a good time to have a day when you can be creative, you can be fun-loving. Then on the 8th is another aspect with Uranus. So this is a day when you again want some more excitement. Similar to the Sun's aspect, Venus will want that extra something in the day to brighten things up. On the 10th we have a new moon. The new moon is in Cancer, your opposite sign, so it's in your 7th house. Now the new moon in Cancer is about emotional clearing, getting rid of baggage from the past that you no longer need. You know, bad feelings, get rid of them all, rid yourself of them. And in 7th house, it's about relationships and partnerships. This is a good time to redefine and look at your existing relationships and see where you can make improvements. Also, it's a favourable time for starting new relationships and making new contacts with people. Now, the key to this moon is negotiation and diplomacy. So these are the key areas where you need to be focused. On the 12th, Mercury makes a positive aspect to Jupiter, so your mind will be very active. Jupiter's in the house of the mind, so communication will flow and you'll be very much into new ideas and new things that will expand your mind, and it'll be great to learn things. Also it'll help you at work because Mercury's in that 6th house of work and throughout your daily routines. Also on the 12th, Venus catches Mars, and when these two come together, love is in the air. Your sexual desire will be very strong as well because these two come together in the 8th house. Also, it's a good time to bond with people. If you're not in a relationship, it's a good time to start a new relationship and be very passionate. If you are in a relationship, it's a time when you can try new things. You can bring on and evolve your relationship. On the 14th, the Sun makes a positive aspect to Neptune. The Sun in your 7th house means you'll be willing to cooperate with others, you'll be willing to help other people, and you will communicate well with them. You'll be more understanding and compassionate. It's also a day when you might have a spiritual or metaphysical experience that will heighten your sense of spirituality. On the 17th is a very different day because the Sun makes a opposition with Pluto. Pluto's in your first house, so you could be the one who's overpowering other people, or it could be the other way around and you come up against a powerful person who tries to overpower you. But just be aware of this and be humble on a day like this so that you can resolve any issues quietly. It's not a day for going into high crime areas, because crime is very prevalent when these two come together. And also, things can break down. If something breaks, it needs fixing properly. It's no good patching it up, because it will let you down at a later date. On the 18th, Jupiter makes a square aspect to the black moon Lilith. Now, whatever Jupiter comes in contact with, it enlarges. Now, the black moon Lilith is our shadow side, so the shadow side will become so large that you just cannot fail to recognise it. Now, this coincides with the black moon changing signs and houses. Now, this aspect lasts for 10 days, and during that 10 days the black moon moves into Gemini. Now, the lesson of the black moon in Gemini and the shadow it casts is of acceptance. So the shadow of acceptance means we have to learn, all of us have to learn, that we don't need to be accepted to exist. We are a human being, we are a person, an individual in our own right. We do not need the approval of others, and that's what we need to learn over the coming months with this transit. Now, the other thing for you Capricorns is that it's going to go through your 6th house. Now, this will put a spotlight on your health, so you need to look at ways to improve your health and to manage your health. You also need to look at your daily work or your daily routines, and you may get dissatisfied with these and you may think it's time for a change over the coming months. Now, the whole idea for this is to revitalise yourself and to bring back more energy into yourself. So this is a time for making changes that will be best for you, and not only for your health but your well-being and in every respect. Now, on the 22nd, the Sun makes an aspect to the black moon and will shine a light, so you'll be able to see where there's holes and where there's things that need changing or altering in the coming months. Now, the Sun moves into Leo on that day, so the emphasis changes from the 7th house more to the 8th house. But the light on the black moon will help you see everything you need to. On the 22nd, the Sun moves into Leo and he rules this sign, so his energy will be fantastic. But on the other hand, Venus moves into Virgo and she's at a full in Virgo, so this will make Venus more reserved and quieter. But she does make 2 aspects on that day, one to the black moon Lilith, which will help understand that aspect she has with Jupiter and the Sun. That will shed light on things. Also, there's an opposition to Jupiter, so she ties into that very nicely, but you could be inclined to overindulge on this or overspend, so just be wary of that. On the 24th, we have a full moon. The full moon appears in Aquarius and it's at 1 degree, so it's a very powerful full moon. It's also in your 2nd house. Now, Aquarius in the 2nd house is very similar in many ways, because it's all about balance. It's about balancing your needs with the needs of others. It's about balancing your needs as opposed to the community needs or the needs of society as a whole. So it's a good time to try and achieve some of this balance. It's also going to highlight finances in the 2nd house and also your values. So you have to look at how you value yourself and how your self-worth, and also how you value other people in your life. And it's also good to look at your financial situation. Do you need to do things to improve it? Or do you need to act in a certain way? Or do you need to change your job? Do you need to save more money? Or do you need to look at ways to make more money? These are all the things that you need to look at during this full moon. On the 25th, Mercury makes opposition to Pluto's in your 1st house. And this is a good time to investigate what's happened over the last few days. Any issues and information you've received or gathered during the full moon, you now need to thoroughly investigate, because Mercury and Pluto is a sign of misfed information. It's a sign of propaganda, so you need to make sure that everything you've heard, everything you've learned is true, and you need to investigate this thoroughly. And on the 28th there's an aspect between Mars and Jupiter. Now this can be very successful. This can be an aspect that finds you in the right place at the right time. Now Mars is in the 9th house now, so it's a time when you can plan things as well. You can plan travel, holidays, you can plan exciting adventures in the future. Also on the 28th, Mercury makes an aspect to the Black Moon Lilith, and there may be some kind of obsessive thoughts that are coming on, negative thoughts that are coming into your mind because of what's been happening over the last few days. So you need to put these away, out of your mind. Also on the 29th, Venus makes a square aspect to the Moon's North Node. This is also could be quite difficult. You may feel like someone's blocking you, someone's in your way from achieving what you want to achieve, or going down the path you want to. But what you've got to do is make sure you listen to other people, take their guidance, and you can overcome this. On the 29th, Mars makes a 3-day aspect to the Black Moon Lilith, and again this could cause some frustration because Mars is now moving into Virgo and becomes a little bit aggravated in Virgo. He's a bit highly strung in Virgo, and this square to the Black Moon could cause frustration or anger to build up. You just need to be aware of that and to try and keep control of that. Then on the last day of the month, the 31st, there's a positive aspect between the Sun and the Moon's North Node. So this is an ideal opportunity now to get the help that we talked about earlier in the Venus aspect, where you might feel frustrated and blocked. Now is the time to use the Sun's energy and to link with the North Node, and you'll find a way. Someone will guide you or help you, maybe a mentor. Someone will come along, give you the information you need so that you can move forward down that path. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe. If you'd like to leave me a message, I'd love to hear from you.